Hey kiddies, Greg here, Quackster on the forums, and for you people that have not run across this yet, have I got a treat for you today. It's the Gkmf Atomiser. Where do you see it? If you haven't seen this, it's going to blow you away. It's without a doubt the most heavenly vape I've run across yet. So I'm going to discuss a lot of things about it and everything. I'm not going to tear it apart. Todd has already done that. He did an excellent review, tearing it all apart and showing you all the parts and pieces and everything. So I'm basically going to give you a rundown on my thoughts and opinions and certain things I may have had to do to get this, not that they were wrong, but to get this where I wanted it for me personally. Okay, kiddies. This is the first time I've tried to edit a video. I'm learning as I'm going along here with this, so bear with me if it's a little notchy or sporadic and everything, okay? Again, it's the first time, so bear with me. Hopefully I'll have a smooth flow to all of this. Okay, thanks. It's heavenly. Okay, as far as I know, this is only available over at Vapor Wall. It's made by a company called Mr. Frost Mods, and they're based over in Poland. And the list on this is getting really big. The last time I looked, there was at least a couple hundred people, or no, I take that back, maybe pushing a couple hundred people, but the list is growing every day. So I think eventually it's going to be a really long wait on this. So I would suggest anybody that's not on the list over at Vaporwall, jump over there and get on it if you like what you see in this video. And I want to say thank you very much to Mickey Rat, all the administrators and moderators over at New Paper for allowing me to post this on your forum. It's appreciated very much. Thank you. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you what it looks like under the hood. Oops. My camera's going in reverse here. Look at all the options you've got here. My God, it looks like a Gatling gun. They should have called it the Gatling gun. I'm going to read off some of the specs here from their listing here, as you take a peek at it. It's all stainless steel, and you have your choice of an air hole between 1 millimeter and 1.5 millimeters. The pin is all brass. The insulators are PEEK. The nuts and screws are stainless steel. The tank is Pyrex, and it's a nice heavy wall tank. I'm going to show you a separate tank here in a little bit. Comes with a nice drip tip. This is a white Delrin Shorty. Here's the tank right here. It's nice, thick-walled. Should hold up with a lot of abuse. These are the air hole screws, and they're slotted. And these are the insulators, and these are some of the best, nicest insulators I've ever seen. They're just very, very solid. They're not going to be soft and mushy like you get on a lot of atomizers, especially the AGATs. I mean, there's no mush at all to get pulled up into the center post column there at all. Hopefully that all showed up okay. But all your options are fantastic on this. You can do a single wick, which I've done right here. You can do dual wicks. You could do 4 wicks. You could do 2 U wicks. I mean, it's almost really endless. I mean, what more could you ask for? And I'm running about, I think it's 2.5, 2 3/4 millimeter wick in this with 4 coils. Very, very little loss of voltage on this. It just flares absolutely beautiful. I think that they put a lot of thought into the design and engineering of this. This wasn't something that they just haphazardly put together. I think that the reason why this is 20 millimeters wide rather than 22 like a lot of them is because of that. I really believe that that smaller chamber, the exact size that they've configured, makes for the best vaping experience I've ever had. And I've had some nice high-end atomizers. I've still got a couple I've kept. I've got a Somnium and I've got a Did still. But this is my top dog. And I've tried some other various high-end atomizers from some friends that had them. They let me try them. But I'm going to talk a little bit further about some various things here I had to do this. I didn't have to do it. Again, there was nothing wrong with this thing. It was just to make it how I like it personally. I mean, nobody can read my mind and say, oh, Greg wants, a couple 100,000 shaved off here or this or that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go over that next. Stay tuned. Okay, there was a couple of things I forgot to mention there when I was reading off the specs there. Let me go back to those real quick. The tank capacity is 3 millimeter. The wick hole is 3.4 millimeters, which is a really nice wide wick hole. If you can't stuff a nice wick in there comfortably without grounding out on the edges there, something's wrong. The fill hole is approximately 3 millimeters, and I love that because I'll tell you what, that really enhances the airflow and obviously the capillary action there, the wicking. The overall diameter is 20.4 millimeters. Let's see, get back to my video here. Okay. I've heard a couple of people mention that they didn't like the fact, or no, I don't need that off, that it doesn't have an adjustable center pin. But the way I look at it, it doesn't need to. It sits just about flush on there. It seats beautiful in any battery mod I put it onto. And I think anyone that's going to be purchasing something like this, they're already going to be set up with some nice high-end battery mods with adjustable pins anyways, if it does become an issue. But I really don't see that happening. They had some problems with this on the first run, and they corrected it. And it seats and connects just perfect on everything I put it on. Not one faulty connection at all. So, okay, I'm going to carry on with some other stuff here in a second, and we'll follow through. I'm sorry, I can't put this down. I love it. You got to bear with me while I get a little hit here and there. I'm going to put up here, right after this little section here, a couple of screen captures of their list and all their options. I've never seen anything like this. These guys are the most flexible as far as what they'll give you for options. It's just absolutely wild. You can customize your atomizer any way you want it. So I'm going to close this little section off here, and now I'm going to post these screen captures. There's going to be 2 of them, okay? Okay, I should have been a little clearer on that last little section there. The basic build is going to be the same. When I said you can order it, make it however you want, what I actually was referring to was the top cap. They've just got a couple of different profiles, shapes, and they will mill these based on the hole size you want. If you want dual holes, if you want them horizontally, or vertically. I'm getting tired. I should have started this earlier today. Okay, so let me hold here for a minute and collect my thoughts. Okay, some people have compared this to the Cobra, but let me tell you, a Cobra doesn't even compare to this. I had a Cobra. I don't even want to go there. I am far from a greenhorn now, trust me. I can take and set up a fresh wick and coil in 5 to 7 minutes and have it vaping, hotspot free, short free, with loads of flavor, just about perfectly every time. When I gotta spend 40 minutes to over an hour putzing with it, working hotspots, there ain't something right with that. This is hassle free. That's another thing too. Your connections are so close that to your negative post and to your positive, you almost have to work to get a hotspot on this thing. I mean, yeah, you can, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. For any of you guys out there that have worked out the AGATs, those are a great atomizer to learn on. If you can get those worked out consistently, and you get yourself one of these or most other high-end atomizers, it's a piece of cake setting them up. It really is a joy and fun. It's not a hassle anymore. Overall, I gotta say the build quality on this is just fantastic. Everything is machined beautiful. I just love, again, it's got to be their intentional, not haphazardly, design of this chamber, the size, the height, and the way everything works in relationship to each other, that this just works so well. I can't say it enough. I can't get over it. This thing is a vaping monster. Okay, let me collect my thoughts again, and I'm going to come back and finish up. Amazing what a fresh battery does. Earlier in the video when I started this, my battery was getting low and I didn't realize it. Okay, what I did to this, what personal changes I made. And again, not that it was bad manufacturing like that. I'm just the type that likes tweaking stuff, so it suits me how I want, okay? So the way it came was perfect, really. The top cap was a little too tight for me. And let me tell you, you get this cap on, you can see I'm grabbing on that. I don't have a hold of the tank. I can shake like hell, and that cap is not moved. So I took some water dry sandpaper there, and it was 400, and I spent about 10-15 minutes, and I probably sanded out a couple 100,000 of an inch. It was just right to get it where I wanted. And on top of that, I took off the bottom O-ring. It comes with 2 O-rings. It was just still a little bit too snug for me. So I took off the bottom O-ring, and now it's just, it's perfect for me. It snaps on. It's so snug. It's not going anywheres. And I can spin it to my liking, easily, to find my center spot on the wick there. Now, I gotta say, this. So none of those are negatives. I see those as non-issues. That was just tweaking for my personal preference, okay? Again, they can't read my mind and know what I'm going to really expect for fine-tuning, you know. I'm losing my voice here now, which usually happens earlier in the day. This is the nicest, finest, most flexible atomizer I've ever seen or ever owned. And I've owned several nice high-end ones, and a couple of which I still have. I really believe this is going to be one of the legacy pieces down the road, years from now, that are going to be extremely sought after they go out of production. And then actually, Mr. Frost and crew, I hope you never do. I hope you continue to make these even better. Now, if I were to give this a rating on a 1 to 10, I would give it a 9.9, believe it or not. I can't give it a 10 because the only way it could be better is if God created it. So that's my final thoughts on this. Trust me, if you get one, you will not be disappointed. So if you do, I really know you're going to enjoy this thing. So everybody, happy vaping, and hopefully happy vaping with your Gkmf down the road. Thanks for watching, and I'm sorry it ran so long and bearing with me through all this editing. It's all new to me. Okay, bye everyone.